Hey mate, have you seen how many infections of coronavirus there are around the world now? Yeah mate, I actually basically live on the Corona Live Stats website. We're actually at over 500,000 infected now around the world. And that's just the ones that have actually been diagnosed. Like, just imagine how many people are walking around with no idea they're even sick. It's actually kind of scary. I mean, I don't even want to leave the house most times. Mate, you never want to leave the house, even before the whole damn pandemic. Anyway, shut up for a second. Also, it actually looks like now the US has actually taken over as the most infected country in the world, surpassing even Italy and China. Mate, you're an idiot. The only reason the US numbers are actually getting so high so fast is because they're testing like crazy. Like, even more so than any other country, which is actually pretty good considering they were pretty slow off the mark. But hey, better late than never. But mate, it's pretty incredible that they have even more reported infections than China itself. You do realise the main reason why China's official numbers aren't going up is because they aren't reporting them, right? The Chinese Communist Party is actually spreading disinformation and even proven faked numbers. Like, they claim that yesterday there was only 67 new cases in a 1.4 billion population country. Yeah, that sounds accurate. And in fact, many hospitals in China have actually been turning patients away who are presenting with symptoms. And they're specifically doing this to keep their official numbers down. Mate, can I ask you a serious question for a second? How on earth can the CCP think that this is even remotely a good thing to do? I mean, don't they realise you can't, censor a virus? Just because they aren't reporting it doesn't mean it's not spreading and killing everyone. I'm glad you asked, mate. You see, the Chinese Communist Party, they actually don't give a crap about the citizens. They only care about how the party looks in terms of reputation. And low virus numbers actually makes the Chinese people think the government is doing a good job, even though they aren't. For instance, did you know that in the last 3 months, 21 million less mobile phones are being used in China? Kind of makes you wonder what happened to the users, doesn't it? And it's not like they can just switch to another carrier because it's all government owned anyway. Not to mention the fact that you can't just not use your phone in China. Like, over there, their phones are actually directly tied to all their medical things and social security and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's not like just some crappy prepaid phone. Like, take a look at this graph. This actually shows mobile phone user numbers over the last few months. Now, you see that giant Mount Everest cliff-looking drop? Yeah, makes you wonder why they stopped using the phones, doesn't it? Oh wow, that's actually pretty scary. Oh, one more thing, mate. If the numbers out of China are totally underreported, how do we know exactly how many real cases are going on there? Well mate, see, what I've been doing is I've just been placing 3 extra zeros at the end of China's infection numbers. Or in a case of deaths, 2 extra zeros. This actually makes up for the fact that China has got a 10 times larger population than the typical country, given that they got 1.4 billion people. So the reporting from yesterday actually said that there were 67 new cases. As if that's even remotely accurate for a 1.4 billion population country. So I would actually put the real numbers of infections from yesterday at closer to 67,000. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode. And remember, take care and do not touch anything like hand railings or, hand railings on escalators or buttons in elevators, because just consider them like filthy public toilet seats at this point.